Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Late Nut 97, a podcast. We talk about what it is, what I'm doing. Drop chapter 4 today. I think there's going to be 6. I think it's going to be 6 chapters. That's a season. That's an hour. That's what I was shooting for. I wanted 4 15-minute episodes. So I'm going to talk about how I've been making it and the idea behind it. And, people are lost. I've managed to make something that pleases no one. People that know me from the internet don't know enough about anime. People that watch anime are just like, AI, slop, die, go kill yourself. Get out of here, boo, we hate you. But I'm using AI the way I think it should be used, as a tool. So it's incredible what you can do. Sven Stuffles, he's making his manga Butch Killigan, Volume 3, available now to go order. He used AI to make a short for it, make it like a movie, but it started from his art. And, it's cool. It's just fucking cool. You can do things. It's not as important as art that people make, but it's cool. It's a shortcut, And you get people that can actually make stuff and have them use it as a tool. We might get phenomenal shit, Don't be so dissuaded by it. Pretty soon you won't need fucking actors. You, just as a fat slob living in your life. You'll be able to sit down at your phone. Don't even need a computer. At your phone for free. You won't even have to sign up for shit. And you can just make a movie that as good as the fucking Marvel Disney Plus movies, okay? Highest quality of production. In a few years, you will be able to just make that sitting there in an hour talking to your phone. You might not even have to type. It's incredible. I wanted to change the way all of my characters are drawn. I used the Studio Ghibli style. So it's I'm getting away from South Park, because people see that and they're just South Park, right? There's no care to what's going on, even though it's fucking impossible to figure out. It's indecipherable code. There's so much going on. It's not a number, it's a sound. It's just woo! What the fuck am I looking at? No one will ever sort it out. People can't pay attention to shit. People can't put pieces together. You gotta be as ABC and 1, 2, 3 as you fucking possibly can these days. But I wanted to change the style. I wanted to make an anime. I wanted to make a samurai anime. I was thinking about it toward the end of Season 5. All you need to know, if you're new to the show at Late Nut 97, Fappy has his own universe. It went on for 5 seasons. There's all the lore and backstory you can imagine is there, if you want, but you don't need to know. All you need to know is his universe got destroyed. It's gone. And now he's in a new universe, a parallel universe. And it's filled with many of the same people that he knew in his life. But they don't know him. They've been living in a reality where he and his friends didn't exist. And part of the end of Season 5 is certain people from the show in the past will not be returning. Just because our friendships fell apart in real life. So it's I don't want to bother my friend. So Fappy's in this new universe. So now I'm trying to hone in on who are the characters that I like, that I want to do a show with. Because I love a lot of these characters. They're great. They're stupid. They're ridiculous. I love Bisexual Knife Hand Guy. The biggest reason I'm doing this show is I just randomly thought to myself, Fappy's Bisexual Knife Hand Guy? And he's no. Today's Bisexual Knife Hand Guy. It's in this universe, that wasn't his name, but it's the same guy. His name is more ridiculous. I don't know at what point it goes from, parody to plagiarism. So I'm just wholesale ripping off characters. The universe of Fappy is fucking Roger Rabbit or Cool World, or it's something akin to all of the cartoon characters exist, and their creators also exist, but maybe their creators are writers or directors. Just, suspend your make-believe. Everything and anything you can imagine is in this universe. And Fappy has Toon Force powers. he has Bugs Bunny power. We haven't seen him yet. He hasn't gone Gear 5 yet. I don't think he will in this season. But that's the idea I have in mind. So Fappy's in this new world, and initially I was thinking as he's meeting these characters, he's remembering his world, he's all sad about it, he's coming to terms with shit. And I saw this short, and it was comparing the downfall of, what was it, rock music? and something or other. I don't know. It's 2 genres. And it was side by side, if you look at it, they both rode these trends, and then they both hit certain phases, and both of them, once they hit the emo phase, that was it. Once they got sad about it, once the creators grew up and got old and boring, people stop paying attention. So I was like, let's not do a fucking emo season. Let's not do a little cry fest. Let's just let's keep it pushing. So I was playing with the AI just for a while, just seeing what I could do. And I put him up as shorts. So on the Little FappyX YouTube channel, there's a playlist, Late Nut 97, and that kind of has all of the shorts as I'm like playing with it from the beginning to making the show, and just different experiments with AI. Some of them I love, some of them are fucking god awful, And I was building this world in my head. There's two really sloppy videos. One I just like cut up old Toonami Rurouni Kenshin. old coming up next on Toonami, and cut and pasted Fappy's sloppy ass face all over it. Like you could almost see the scotch tape. Where that would have been more sophisticated than what I did. I just put it in there as a picture-in-picture. I was like, hey, remember that you want it to be kind of like this. Hey guys, I'm gonna make a cool samurai cartoon. Check it out. It looks like this piece of shit face taped over cartoon. The other one of the first things I did is I started playing with ChatGPT, and I was like, I want this world where it's like 16th century Japan, but it's in America. So I was like, make Colorado look like it was taken over by the Japanese. It made some weird shit, man. AI is fucking weird, man. AI fucking... Right now is kind of like the last time you can make weird-ass shitty mistakes, or AI will make mistakes like this, where like it just does psychotic shit constantly. It just there's no idea what the fuck it's doing. That's going to be fixed in like a year or two, and it's just going to be perfection all the time, exactly what you want to the millimeter, to the atom. But right now you ask it to do shit, and it just fucking does insane shit, and I'm kind of happy I'm making this now, because it does some weird ass shit as it's animating this for me, and I think that's funny. That adds to the this has always been this is something I make on my phone. This has always been a show I make on my phone. And this is what jinky imperfections, that quirkiness that they build in. This is just it. I live in the quirkiness. I'm not thrilled about it, but we're we're doing the best we can. We're picking up the trash. We're decorating. Feng shui. We're trying to bring it together. So I started out just trying to make this world, and then kind of cut and pasting those things together. And then my initial thought was like, I'll find these AIs that animate pictures, and I'll draw the picture and fucking make this scene, or and I pretty quickly realized it's way faster to just have ChatGPT. I just have files and files of character designs, and I just sort of cut and paste them in the positions I want, and then I give a very autistic directions to ChatGPT, and 90% of the time it can make a perfect picture for me. ChatGPT way fucking better at making pictures than Grok. Grok fucking sucks dick at making pictures. It's too spastic. It can't pay attention long enough to come anything close to what I want it to do. So yeah. My buddy the Mad Shangy, he makes music with AI a lot. A lot of it. You can go listen to it on SoundCloud or follow him on Instagram. And he made a Fappy song for me. So the very first video on there is like a Fappy rap rock video, titties, 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 song that he made, and then I made the video with, I just took a thumbnail I had laying around, and I was like, make this like a rap video. And it'll usually give you 6 seconds. You could upgrade it to 10, $3.99 a month, you can get an extra 4 seconds out of this shit. That's so cheap, you have a fucking production studio there making shit for you for free. The labor it used to take to make 6 seconds of animation. You ever try and animate 6 seconds of animation? How much you fucking hate your life? Anyway. These things are psychotic. The first problem, and this will hopefully be fixed very soon, but the first problem is it cannot maintain character design for second to second. It'll keep the same character but change their clothes scene to frame by frame. For 6 seconds, they'll have 6 different outfits. And it cannot, for the life of the system, lock in on the idea that Fappy is a squirrel. It's convinced that he's a cat or a small bear. Fappy's tail, sometimes he's a fox. It's just this Fappy's looking at the camera, and then he turns left, and all of a sudden he's a fox. Hopefully that'll be fixed soon. But some of the shorts that are in there, there are different AIs where it's like you put in a picture and it'll make its own scene. And I just fucking... those are the things that made. Sometimes I would give it very specific instructions. I would fucking sit there and write Alan Moore level notes, frame by frame, the sunlight. And it just would do whatever the fuck it wanted to do. It paid me no mind. It had its own agenda. I would ask it to do the simplest shit. In chapter 4, where Fappy fights Yuru Kuzu, which is yellow trash, one of those characters we're bringing back. Way before, like, the story changes constantly, and part of that is the frustration of working with the AI. Some of it is just having better ideas. Some of it is the process that I'm using. We'll get into the process in a minute. But initially, I was gonna do this like mock of like all the takedown artists, the fucking Yellow Flash and Critical Drinker, and they were gonna be like the different warlords. And so the reason Bisexual Wolverine was in a plushie field instead of cotton fields because they all sell plushie dolls. And it was gonna be some like look at them and take down of them, and I just was like, this is too cringy. I don't care enough. We're moving on. We got other stuff to do. But that was initially why he was in the plushie fields. Out there falling in love. So I can't remember what the fuck I was talking about. Fappy, he's in this universe. I kind of set it up like a video game. All right, so like Fappy in the last universe, he could die and respawn as many times as he wanted. And part of the lore or part of the mythology or the rules of the fucking world was like, as long as you died having fun, you could come back. If you didn't die having fun, you were sent to the land of the ponies. The ponies and the bronies, you get to go be sad, question life eternally. You become a hungry ghost. That whole universe was put together weird. It started as a troll, and so it started as like a simulation, and then I started working my Zen enlightenment wisdom, shit, mythology into it. I don't know if it all makes sense. Just take it as a work in progress. It's like a Kanye album. Some songs are going to disappear, just come back better, different. You might never notice. We're just slowly repairing things as we can, getting it together. We're going to tape this ship together. We're going to make it to wherever the fuck we're going. So this world, Fappy, if he dies, he goes to a hell world, right? So their whole world is trapped inside of, think of it as like a hell bubble, all right? That no soul can leave this universe. It gets trapped in the hell part of it. And Fappy's there to find the source of that and get rid of it and clear it up so all the souls can go free, they can go to heaven and be happy. We can start jumping up and down, sharing candy and shit. So now I've set up, Fappy can't just die endlessly. Because I like to write all this dramatic stuff, and it's like there's going to be moments where Fappy's going to die or get hurt, and it needs to, I want it to feel important. I want to be like, oh no, he was hurt. And you don't give a shit if you're like, oh, they just respawn instantly all the time. So now it's set up. If he dies, he goes to a hell realm. He gets to come back through a bonfire. One thing in the hell realm is overlaid the normal realm. It's like that movie Constantine. Like it's just, it's a dimension over, but everything is hell. It's full of demons, and they're mad. At you specifically. Wherever he lights a bonfire, he can go back to that, crawl through it, get back to the real world. But if he hasn't lit one close, he's going to have to fight his way all the way across northern hell of America. You better be on the right side of the ocean if you fucking die. You don't want to die in Europe when the last time you lit up was in Africa. This is a long fucking journey. Swimming your ass across a lake of fire on a paper boat into the lake of fire. So I set it up like Dark Souls, all right? He's got to set save points. I have a really fun idea for how this would make a great game. A hope and a prayer. All somebody has to do is offer. And I've got the whole game all worked out. So yeah, that way I can have some dramatic tension. Fappy can get hurt. There's consequences. First time he goes to hell, all the demons take the form of all his loved ones. And they're tempting him, and AI was just doing weird ass shit that AI does. Which added to the hellishness of it. It has a demonic, weirdness to it. So yeah, he fights his way out. He walks out of hell. He walks out of hell covered in blood. He puts those demons to rest. Yeah, a happy ending is one of those spots where it just changed the animation for no reason. It just like it went into Bible story mode. The anime Belle and the kid just look fucking weird as shit. That's around where Fappy gets turned into a fox. It's like sometimes I'll give it a simple instruction and it'll blow my mind. Like it'll do shit I never imagined to. I never could have asked it to do it, and it's just fucking amazing. sometimes I give it very specific instructions to do very basic shit. Like, there's a scene where Fappy's holding a sword when he was fighting Yellow Trash. That's what I was talking about earlier. The reason it looks all comic booky is like I had all these cool pictures, and the way I animate this is I get the picture through ChatGPT, then I go over to Grok and I have Grok animate it. And ChatGPT has an amazing storyboard. So I was like, fucking, we're gonna knock this out of the park, all right? We're doing this frame by frame. This is gonna be amazing. And it could not do the simplest thing. I said, like, Fappy tightens his grasp around the sword. The character immediately turns around and is a British knight. I'm like, don't move a frame. Do not change the design at all. Maintain design integrity 100%. Take your lithium, take your fucking Adderall, do a line, whatever you gotta do. Pay attention. Do not change a fucking thing. Just have the hand tighten. It turns into an elephant. It's like, it's so fucking frustrating. So working with that is changing the story, because it's like, sometimes it like, there's a scene where like the camera 360 pans around the kid standing over Fappy dead. That was great. That changed my mind about what I was doing. The idea I had in mind is I wanted to do like a Samurai Jack thing where it's like, it's like only two colors. It's like red and black, and you see the silhouettes, and it's like Fappy catches the kid, but then you see the knife come out of his back, and the blood goes shooting out. And fucking, it could not. It just couldn't. You'd think that would be easy, because it's fucking silhouette. These are like basic shapes. But it just could not, for the life of it, understand what the fuck I wanted it to do. But I wound up with a beautiful 360 shot, and that was great. It changed my mind. The artist is always right. Change my mind. AI won. It's a losing fight. You either use it or get run over by it. Today I dropped chapter 4, and Griffith gives his backstory at the end. And I was having him quote Griffith, and Griffith from Berserk, a spooky old witch stopped and told him, the way to the castle, you either charge forward or you become another brick in the ground. And this is the part I left out. To be stepped on. I totally spaced out. I should have kept that in there. Would have been way more dramatic and accurate. It's my failings as a storyteller. Anyway, that's the same thing with AI. Use it as a tool or get stepped on. So, in case you had no idea, in America, comic books come out once a month. You get a whole comic book issue. In Japan, they release them in pages. It's like anthology books come out that have like 20 different stories running at the same time. You get like 6 pages of each story, week to week or month to month or whatever the fuck it is. And then those get collected into volumes every, 130 or 40 pages or whatever. And those are your mangas. I'm creating this in a similar style, and it's very much a love letter to fucking anime and every anime I've ever seen and everything I love about anime. There's a million references to different animes in this. I'm releasing everything as shorts, because if you want to get a few views on YouTube, nobody watches videos. It's shorts. You're gonna get at least a few hundred views, at least 1,000. You can get a K. You can get a K off a short. The attention span, whether or not they'll check out the longer content, it's like for every 1,000, probably for every 10,000 views, you get 1 subscriber or something like that. I have 2 YouTube channels, and I post the same content on both of them, 5 minutes apart, and they both get wildly different views. So I asked ChatGPT, why? Why is this? And she was like, the way the algorithm distributes it is the amount of immediate feedback it gets. So if people watch it and watch it again or share it immediately, if there's a lot of attention to it, then they'll share it more. They're thrilled to do that. But if you have older content up that isn't being viewed at all, that like flags you as an account that like we want to discourage them and get them the fuck out of here. So they don't even bother sharing your content because nobody's looking at your old content. So like it behooves you to like prune your garden and just fucking delete shit, or build your backup if you're doing a backup thing, if it means the world to you to have these archives. Go put them up someplace else. And then delete all your old videos from whatever channel you're working on. So yeah, I'm making it as short. So the challenge I gave myself is I'm fucking telling a story. Each short is an episode. So each short, in my head, this is 22 minutes of content in 1 minute. And it actually has to be under a minute because YouTube has some weird copyright rule where if you sample a song and your video is longer than 1 minute, you'll get flagged and it'll be taken away, deleted. So I gotta keep it at 59 seconds. So a lot of these videos are 59.5 seconds long. And I gotta tell a story. And I've done so in all but one there's one episode that's too long. This is the second episode where I was like laying out all the backstory and the fucking there's a lot of world building going on, and the story is the lore, you know. we gotta get our lore in order. Lore in order, that'll be a show coming to you. So yeah, I release it as shorts, which is confusing because sometimes, you know, depending on how free I am and how much shit I can get done, sometimes I'm releasing 5 or 6 episodes in a day, and then just nothing for a week and a half or whatever. And it's like, as I have the free time to make it and the ideas, you know, I make it as fast as I can. So you're likely to like see them out of order. Both the channels have playlist sections where I try to keep that like in order. The most concise one is on Philip Wave, the playlist Late Night 97. And it's like I post the new shorts in there as I'm making them, but then once I have every 10 episodes, every 10 shorts is a chapter. So once I have a full chapter done, I delete all the individual shorts. So you have just the chapters and then the newest content. If you care, if you're looking to follow the story. So yeah, I gave myself this challenge, and man, fucking, you can do a lot with a minute, but it's also brutal. It's like every joke is 1 joke instead of 7. It's like every one of these episodes, even if I made it the old way, where they're just sitting there with their lips flapping, and there's plenty of that in this. They could easily be 7 minutes apiece. And fucking, I have to be the most concise I've ever been with my words. So like, this is what's happening. This is what's moving the plot forward at this second. And we got 6 different plates that we're juggling. One example is like, when Cesare talks to Griffith, I really wanted to have her say, the only reason I'm telling you this is because when I look in your eyes, I can tell there's somebody there looking back at me. Because this is the story of like Griffith. Yeah, that Griffith from Berserk. This is Guts is dead. He's been dead for a while. Griffith's just out there, and now the Lightfarers have showed up, and I got a fucking blade to his neck. And we're gonna give Griffith an existential crisis, and we're gonna see if we can talk him into enlightenment, despite being the bastard that he is. Which may be the aim of the real Berserk story. You know, fucking Guts is heading into a tulpa. Is that the right word? Topa or tulpa? I get those words all goofy and confused. Anyway, Guts is about to face his demons. And he's gonna have to deal with Griffith. Who knows? I don't know. There's a deleted chapter from that manga where it cuts to a cloud very similar to the cloud that I use when I show you the cluster, where it's like it looks like a black beating heart with like stars in it. Yet there's a chapter of Berserk where that thing is like the thing that's installing the power into these different things. So in my thing, I refer to it as an idiot god. That's something I stole from a short. There's some short that just like it's like the Discovery Channel for made up creatures and bullshit make believe for like Cthulhu monsters. It just like, this is a ba 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 ba. And they're interesting and they're cool. And there was one that was about an idiot god, which was like a godlike entity that had no consciousness or sentientness, no will to live. So it's just out there. So I was like, all right, there's this thing, this idiot god that has all the negative energy that's trapping them and is feeding on them. And it's just, you know, instinctively looking for something to take the wheel. So it's sending these little cursed objects into the world. I can't remember what all this was about. All right, Griffith. Griffith is I don't even care about Fappy anymore. I just want to talk about Griffith. It was up to me. Every episode would just be Griffith and Potato Boy and the monk hanging out. Potato Boy's back. I'm definitely taking a long break when I'm done with this, but I was thinking for my next project, I really want to make a Potato Boy movie. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably end up doing more Fappy shit at some point. I don't know. Is that enough that I explained it? Are you guys going to watch the show now? Fappy's in an alternative universe. It's Samurai universe. There's a little future island on it. There's one more big discovery to be made. But the whole time I'm talking about Zen and enlightenment, and I'm introducing you to the idea of the impersonal soul. Selah, pause. Think about that. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I hope you like the show. 2 more chapters. We should be done. All right,
Fita concentrada, fita concentrada.